November 5th, we quit doing all the things that the fire community does. Here's why we did it and what we took from it.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kayla.
And we are vloggers at FamilyandFi.com, where we talk about all things related to financial independence. We decided to make this video a little bit more personal today and talk about why we quit the FIRE movement for the last 2 months.
We want everyone who watches our videos to know that we are real people just like you. And guys, we've had some pretty terrible hardships in our lives. Just like you, we occasionally feel burnout, depressed, or just completely overwhelmed. When you feel like that, you have to put your mental health first. We decided to take a break from FIRE for 2 reasons.
Our first reason is because we keep our FIRE plan tighter than a sauerkraut jar. And if you've ever tried to open one of those glass jars, you know exactly what I mean. We want financial freedom as quickly as possible, which naturally means that we usually live a frugal lifestyle and we have a plan for every dollar that we earn.
Now, we have rocked this lifestyle and it helped us become completely debt-free earlier this year, which is awesome. However, living a strict budget doesn't always scream fun. Now, we don't want the FIRE community to attack us in the comments saying things like, the FIRE movement doesn't mean never spending a dollar, which I know that. Trust us when we say that we do spend money, but we are essentialists. We only splurge on what we truly value.
It just so happens that one of the things we value the most is traveling. And due to the pandemic this year, we've not been able to even do any of that at all. As first world problems as that may be, not being able to travel for us is depressing and definitely had an effect on our mentality.
Yes, so we have not done any traveling this year. And we tried to find other hobbies that would replace that love, but nothing piqued our interest.
You could probably say that we actually tried to replace it by ramping up our love for financial freedom. We were able to save and invest a lot more money than what we would have spending it on traveling. And we did increase our overall net worth and have a very financially positive year. We'll link that video in the description below if you want to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. So we are really grateful for those gains, and I don't regret investing and saving more money. But there is always a but. Our lives started to feel a little robotic, like as if on autopilot. We would earn money and invest it, earn money and invest it, which again, we don't regret doing. However, I'm not printing out photo albums of the fun memories we have contributing to our retirement accounts.
Maybe that would make it more fun.
Yeah, maybe. The point here is that we were starting to live life on autopilot, and we don't want to live like that. Simply changing your lifestyle, even temporarily, can, in a way, feel like a vacation itself. So we've decided to remedy this issue by putting FIRE on hold and spending money on things we don't necessarily value, which is a huge change for us. For example, we allowed ourselves to impulse buy items at the store, we started ordering takeout, and we bought some pretty expensive things.
This was a big change, and we'll discuss how that all turned out in just a moment. But first, we want to take a moment and tell you about the second reason we stopped the FIRE progress, because this is important.
Yeah, I agree. Our number 2 reason is because we want to protect what is good in our lives. We're being real here, so let me give you an example of this. I don't know if this is a thing for everybody or if it's a thing just for us. So there was a time that we really tried to help out someone, and we went above and beyond to get them on their feet. During that time, I was a photographer, I always loved photography, so I continued to do it. But when we were helping this person, I did not do a good job at protecting my mental health. I ended up sinking into a deep depression. I forced myself to continue even though I was in this depressive mental state. What ended up happening was that those feelings I had towards my current situation ended up transferring to the love that I had for photography. I lost all the joy I had photographing, and to this day, years later, that joy still has not fully returned, and I wish I would have allowed myself to break it off when I felt that way and return back to it when my mental health was back together. Over the years, I swore that I would never let myself lose a part of myself like that again. In fact, when we started blogging, this situation inspired me to write about burnout and when it's okay to fall off the wagon.
Since we practice what we preach, we did this with our FIRE plan. Our FIRE plan is one thing that brings us a lot of joy. It's not just the end result of being financially free, but the journey that we love. We love the community, the learning, the ability to live life differently than the majority of the population, and breaking all the bad habits passed on from generation to generation.
To us, the FIRE movement is worth protecting. And that's why we put our journey on pause. Not a very positive video today so far, but do you want to know what the end result of doing this was? All right, so about a month and a half into this, we had a lot of new gadgets. We should create a video of our best and worst purchases because there were some wild ones.
We can do that for the next one.
Yeah, let's do it because that will be fun. So we were buying up all the things. And we had zero guilt about doing this, by the way, because we planned and agreed to fall off the buy wagon. Getting new stuff in the mail did exactly what we thought it would do. It gave us small bursts of happiness, then, for the most part, within a few moments, that happiness had dissipated. We ordered a lot of takeout, which took the hassle of cooking off of our shoulders, but within 2 to 3 weeks, we got sick of the processed food prepared for the masses.
Additionally, we decided to go above and beyond in gift giving this year. We bought more gifts for people we usually don't. We bought more expensive gifts, and we bought even more gifts for our kids than we usually do.
So how did that turn out? Well, these people were not any more grateful for the more expensive gifts. In fact, I think people liked my homemade bakery items more than what we actually bought them. And as far as our kids go, they were really excited on Christmas morning, which all of us parents know that is the excitement that we're going for anyway. However, it was short-lived. They actually requested to return some gifts we got them, which is fine, but they had their favorites, and the extra stuff was just that, extra stuff.
Ultimately, all the extra stuff was just less money we had to put towards our ultimate goal, which is financial freedom.
I'd say about mid-December-ish, which was about 5 weeks into pausing our FIRE journey, that we started getting sick of this change in lifestyle. We felt like we were living day by day and there was no satisfaction of working towards our goal. It was actually way more boring and less satisfactory than just putting our money towards our investments.
Kayla actually approached me when she started feeling this way, and I responded with the same exact feelings. We came together and started talking about how we should move forward, and we both agreed that we wanted to get back onto the FI wagon.
However, we had a plan for jumping back onto. We don't just want to be on the wagon, we want to drive it. We decided that we were going to set a date, and on that date, we were going to be back on, and that date was January the 2nd.
By picking January the 2nd, that allowed us to get through the holidays, give us even more time than we actually needed to get our mindset right, and give us the excitement of something to look forward to.
And we are very happy and excited to get back into it. We have come up with some pretty big goals for 2021 and are really looking forward to them.
Listen guys, the past year has been all sorts of crazy for people. If you are feeling at all overwhelmed or burned out, I'd like to give you the same advice. It doesn't even have to be fire related. Put your health first and protect the things that bring you joy.
Exactly. At the end of the day, money is just paper. If you are pursuing FIRE as hardcore as we are, you shouldn't be afraid to put it on pause every now and then and change things up. That way you can remind yourself why you are on the journey to begin with.
You should plan for something like this though. You certainly do not want your retirement plan to be set aside and end up having thousands of dollars in credit card debt.
Yeah, we're not advocating for that. If you are going to jump off the wagon, have a survival bag and make sure the landing is soft. Our survival bag was our plan, and being debt-free gave us that soft landing.
We want to know if you've ever done something similar like this in your life, and let us know in the comments below.
If you want to join us on this journey, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you in the next video.